There you are.
Okay.
My dearest. Seed of fate.
Do I know you?
Alrighty, what should we do next?
I am to return to the academy. The anomalies of the gorges of spirits, the resurgence of that tacit field, and the many wave-worn phenomena occurrences. I should report them in time.
Then I'll go submit our report and prepare the documentation needed for Rover's audience with the magistrate while I'm there.
Documentation?
It's the political hub of Jinzhou, and where the Grand Library is located, the City Hall is an important place. Seeking an audience with a magistrate isn't too difficult, but there are still rules to follow. Then I guess I'll take Rover over to the Nexus Tower for registration first, and we'll just hang out for a while. Being new to Jinzhou and all, he can't be left standing outside the City Hall with nothing to do. Hospitality is our local specialty, you know. Then I'll leave you in Shizia's care, Rover. Is that all right with you? I'll give you a call once the paperwork is done. Leave it to me.
I'll send the branch of Resin Medical Science a notice. We need to conduct a thorough physical examination on you to make sure we're fine. Come visit the academy after your audience if you have no other plans.
What's the holdup? Let's move! Then I'll have more time to show Rover around. We've got loads of fun in Jinzhou. We can go watch lion dances, hero plays, stand-up shows, and then maybe the martial championships. Plus tons of different treats to try out. You think it, we have it.
Alright, let's go. Ooh, looks pretty. Ooh, damn, it looks good. It looks nice. Doggy! Oh my god, it just did a backflip. It just did a backflip. You gonna follow me? No way. Bro, Genshin could never.
Here we are, Jinzhou's Nexus.
The Nexus Tower?
Exactly. Let me see. Think of it as Jinzhou's largest service station, or an integration hub. It's something along those lines. Long story short, it's a navigator, a defense system, and a regional information center all in one enormous package. The smaller ones we ran into earlier are resonance beacons. Data is shared between all beacons. You activate one, and the entire map's data will be relayed to your terminal. Pretty nifty, huh? Just place your terminal here.
Whoa.
I have the arrangements in place. Rover, you can come visit the magistrate at any time. Juzia, do you mind bringing Rover over to the City Hall?
Ew. First time seeing such a crowd in front of the City Hall. I was surprised too. I've never seen so many non-staff personnel here before.
Are they all here for an audience with the magistrate? Magistrate? I can't pronounce that shit, I'm sorry.
Most of the people here have applied for an audience, but I heard they've all been turned down.
It's me they're waiting for.
So this is the true confidence of our Rover. I agree though. So far, you've been ticking all the boxes in our magistrate's description.
Magistrate. Okay. That's how you pronounce it. Magistrate.
We're not allowed to go with you. Jusia and I will be right outside the city hall. We'll be waiting for you.
That's right. We're not going anywhere. Just give us a shout if anything goes down. Wait, no, we won't be able to hear you. Plus, they've got this rule about not yelling inside the city hall.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I apologize for the delay. My name is Sanhua, the bodyguard of Madam Magistrate.
Just call me Rover for now.
I regret to inform you that Madam Magistrate is currently away. Prior to her departure, she instructed me to bring you these tokens and a welcome gift. Madam Magistrate advised you to explore what these tokens represent during her absence. This may help you acquire the information you desire sooner. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please rest assured she will be here to meet you in 3 days' time.
3 days? Bruh, why 3 days?
Because she will require at least 3 days to complete her current task. Madam Magistrate wanted to assure you that in 3 days, by any means, she will return to meet you in person.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I'll be sure to convey your kindness to Madam Magistrate. Please accept my sincerest gratitude. Yes, Madam Magistrate does hope to have your assistance, but there is no rush for a decision. She does not want to pressure you into anything you may not desire. We invite you to learn about our situation before making a final commitment.
How am I supposed to know what the tokens represent?
When it comes to these tokens, it is never her intention to confuse you with the puzzles. Instead, they should serve as clues that lead you toward the truth. Madam Magistrate deeply regrets not having the time to deliver her messages to you in person. We value your presence far more than you might imagine. The same goes for any and all information about you.
Got it. How were you certain I was the guest?
Since Madam Magistrate is currently away, I cannot make the final confirmation on her behalf. But you are truly exceptional.
I heard many people were politely asked to leave.
Regarding that, my eyes can see the frequencies of all living beings. Or rather, those frequencies are the only thing I can see. You share the same frequency with Madam Magistrate.
What does my frequency look like?
You look undistorted and authentic, in your original form. In my eyes, you appear the way you are.
What do the frequencies of others look like?
They all look different. May I have your terminal for a moment?
What do you want with it?
I need your terminal for access pass authorization. In the meantime, I will configure the latest utility modules for you. Madam Magistrate thought you might need it. The utility module on your terminal has been upgraded to the latest iteration. Now, all the utilities, including sensor, levitator, and grapple, should be fully functional. You are now granted unlimited access to all regions in Jinzhou. I have sent your terminal ID to every border pass and residence beacon. You will only need to display your terminal ID or activate a beacon with your terminal for entry.
Oh, sweet.
It took you so long. What gives? Was our magistrate a chatterbox? So Madam Magistrate's not in the city hall.
Why the long face, young'un?
It sure is.
Jusia, the increasing tacit fields, uncannily powerful tacit discords, and now, our magistrate's absence.
Plus, the mysterious Rover.
I'm afraid.
Jinzhou might be in danger?
Well, we've reported to the City Hall, the Ministry of War, and the Academy. We've done everything we can. I mean, this is one long. And we're talking about Jinzhou of all places. We've been through our fair share of unrest over the past 1,000 years, and we've made it together every time. There's been plenty outbursts every year, but we can always trust General Ji Yan, Madam Magistrate, and our Sentinel to have our backs. We're not ones to mess with.
United we stand, a bastion of might. One equals a legion, invulnerable in fight. Well said, Chuzia. Do you have any plans, Rover?
I don't think there's much for me to do.
Rover, do you mind if we have a look at the tokens? So? What's so special about them? The color of this leaf seems a bit odd. Can't tell what tree it is. I think I can feel something from it. Never mind. It's too faint. Maybe it was just my imagination. Sorry. I can't tell what kind of tree this leaf belongs to either. So Chuzia and I share similar childhood memories of the sugar pearl. Do you remember it too, Rover?
It doesn't ring a bell.
When it comes to candies, no one knows them better than the kids of Jinzhou.
Indeed.
I don't have candy like that. But I got this. It's really good. You can have one.
Thank you.
And no need to thank me. Please have fun in Jinzhou. Oh, wait a sec. Someone's looking for me. Yeah? What? When did he disappear? Don't worry. It's all right. I'll be right there. Duty calls. Oops. Almost forgot. Can't be late. Sorry, Rover, Yang Yang. I've got to head off for my shift. I'll join you right after I'm done, all right? If you need me, just shout my name. And I, the Jinzhou Speedster, will be there in a sec.
Ma Xiaofeng.
Stop! Don't call me that. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys okay on your own? Give me a heads up when there's any updates.
Sure. Go do your thing. Don't worry. Rover, let's go inside. Mr. Mortivy, please pardon our intrusion. We are friends of Baizhi, and we're here to look for her.
I see. I hope I didn't cause any offense earlier.
Not at all. It was us who bothered you.
Baizhi should be in the data analysis room. I'll go tell her you're here.
Thank you, sir. This is Mortivy, a renowned figure in the Department of Safety. He was born in the new Federation, and he joined the Washu Academy a few years ago. I heard his talent is truly impressive. People say he's a bit scary at first glance, but he's actually quite kind-hearted once you get to know him. Chuzia told me he's quite popular with the kids. Children have been pestering him for all kinds of fancy toys, and he's always open to their requests.
Here you are. The data we collected in the Gorges of Spirits has been submitted for analysis, and we'll have the results today. I have the equipment for your physical examinations ready too. Any discoveries during your trip to the City Hall? I have a hypothesis about the sugar pearl, but I need to verify it first. If possible, I recommend conducting non-destructive tests of all these tokens you have. 3 tokens can be tested at my branch's laboratory. This miniature sundial will require radiographic testing, though. To access the necessary equipment, we'll need to file a request with one of the Tacitite Studies-related branches.
Give me the items to be tested. Anything else you need me to know, you can let me know now. You may retrieve your items in 20 minutes, and the analysis report will be ready 5 minutes after that. Take a right, and you'll find me in the testing room. I don't see anything special with these items. Speaking of the sugar pearl, you all remember eating sugar pearls like this when you were kids? I don't think I've ever had anything like this in my childhood.
Mr. Mortivy, I heard you weren't raised in Huanglong.
No, I'm from the new Federation. You mean a sugar pearl might be unique to Huanglong?
I believe so.
I remember a nurse lady giving me a candy like that.
So, sugar pearls like this were distributed at hospitals, perhaps.
The sugar pearl might be a type of medicine. Its sweet taste would have made it more palatable to children.
Miss Baizhi, as a Huanglong local working at the academy, I suppose you already had an idea about what it is?
I do have my theory as to what it is, but it still needs verification. I wouldn't proclaim any solid answers before confirming the chemical composition of this item with reliable data.
Seconded. Let's find out through actual testing then.
It will take some time before the results are ready. If you have other matters to take care of, you should go ahead. I'll let you know once we have the results. I have the equipment ready. I'll need to check your health status and see if there are any unusual fluctuations. Now let's begin, if you're ready.
You know what? I'm ready.
Can you try to manifest the Crownless's frequency without using your terminal?
Unfortunately, I can't.
I am not seeing the Crownless's data in your terminal. So it was indeed absorbed into your body. The Crownless's frequency energy was consumed by your body, leaving no trace behind. But how did you manage to do that? It's as though there's another mechanism within your body capable of absorbing frequency energy.
Does this have anything to do with my amnesia?
Your test results don't indicate any trauma. So your amnesia may not be linked to traumatic events. As for your ability to absorb echoes, I can't make a connection between that and your amnesia based on the current data. To put it simply, it seems there is another dimension or a creature hiding inside your body.
What?
This is the Academy's simulated training
Oh.
ground. Don't worry, Yang Yang and I will assist you.
Please fight the simulated tacit discords like you normally would. As Yotan had previously detected, your bodily functions are in good condition, and you seem entirely unaffected by the Crownless's energy. Now, we will temporarily boost your resonance ability for further testing. We have gathered all the data we need. The test is ending soon. Rover, you can find the exit straight up ahead.
Rover, can you hear me? Hello?
The comm line is dead. Something's wrong. Gotta be cautious. Now, where is the exit?
Oh boy.
I'm back to the same spot again. And this moon. What is happening?
Whoa, okay, whoa.
Rover! Rover! Thank goodness! You're awake, Baiji. What happened just now? The connection was suddenly cut off.
Rover, do you still remember what you saw? Can you give us some more details?
A giant tacit discord with a scythe.
Giant tacit discord with a scythe. It doesn't sound like the Crownless. It might be even higher ranked.
This is the first time we've run into anything like this since we put the training ground into use.
The sonorosphere captures everything that once happened in a specific time and place, be it good or bad.
We built this simulated training ground after the structure of sonorospheres.
Our goal was to extract pure remnant energy with the simulated sonorosphere. But we cannot guarantee that all abnormal frequencies were eliminated. Your arrival may have revived the abnormal frequencies we accidentally captured.
Remnant energy sometimes gives rise to memory manifestations of sentient beings. You may have encountered one such manifestation.
I suspect it could have something to do with your unconscious mind. Such anomalies could have been hiding in the simulation, and they resonated with your subconscious. Or perhaps they were lifted from your subconscious in the first place. I'm afraid I can't give you a conclusion yet. Not until we've run a thorough analysis on the data collected. I'll also check the simulated sonorosphere again to see what on earth happened to it. In terms of bodily functions, you seem to be in perfect health. In fact, all the data look quite good. But if you feel anything unusual, please come find me anytime.
Thank you. I will, thank you.
Here's your sundial, intact as it was.
Mr. Morphy, can we have the test results?
Simply put, it's hollow. Here, try tapping it. It sounds different from a solid object. It's not just a timekeeping tool. It's an intricate mortise and tenon puzzle box. This sundial is hollow with an inner compartment. We scanned it, and there is a small paper scroll inside. However, it's missing a crucial component. We should be able to spin the wheels on the sundial once the right component is installed. Install the missing part, then rotate the wheels to their correct positions, and you should be able to solve the puzzle and access the paper scroll. However, I still have no idea what the missing component should look like.
Rover, Mr. Mortefi's expression seems to have softened, don't you think?
Yeah, he looks like a purring cat now.
We haven't even asked him to help us with assembling.
I guess the Academy people are just passionate about solving problems.
It looks like Mr. Mortefi needs more time. Maybe we should give him some space to concentrate. Rover, let's come back later, shall we?
Yes, of course. I've already noticed all that you mentioned. Indeed. You just pointed out a blind spot in my thinking. Your workshop? That hellish place? Stop sweet-talking me. I get it. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Let's get back to the sundial. It's a mortise and tenon-based puzzle box. The missing component in the middle needs to fulfill two entirely different structural requirements at the same time. Considering its entire structure, this component needs an automatic buckle that goes down on top of an embedded pointer. I'll draw up a design for you. The parts you'll need can be found in Jiang Li's workshop. I've already informed him about it. You'll only need to go fetch the parts in his place. He keeps a box full of them.
Who is Jiang Li?
Mr. Mortefi? Is that the person you were talking to earlier? Mr. Xiang Liao, I think?
Jiang Li? Jiang Li.
Yes. It doesn't take me much effort to figure out this little sundial here. But I do admit talking with Jiang Li made it easier. He's the expert in automata mechanics I mentioned earlier. The only principal investigator we currently have.
It doesn't sound like a pleasant place.
Considering its dreadful conditions, I can't agree more. How could he choose to work in such a terrible condition? It's like willingly playing a score backwards.
I see. Shall we go and retrieve the parts now, Rover?
Okay.
I mentally prepared myself for the worst, but this place looks much better than Mr. Mortefi's description, though it is a bit hard to figure out where we should start.
You see a shelf filled with an assortment of research materials and books. Visibility report on cooking techniques discords, court of Southern mysteries, Morstead and tenon drawings, and Huanlan architecture. Also resting on the shelves are various pieces of wood and chopper, some poorly made and others carefully crafted. You can't tell what those are for.
Mr. Mortefi, we found the parts.
Good. Bring it to me.
The test results are in.
You found anything?
The mangosteen is just an ordinary fruit. It's suitable for regular consumption. We found nothing unusual about it. From the purple leaf you presented, I detected subtle fluctuations in tacit discord's frequency from two distinct sources, but they were overlapping and difficult to distinguish. This is a rare occurrence. The scattered nature of these fluctuations rules out the possibility of them being left behind through contact. This is not an ordinary leaf, but it doesn't seem to be a tacit discord either. Based on the data we gathered, I believe it was sampled from an area struck with the wave-worn phenomena.
The wave-worn phenomena?
Yes, the anomalies that occurred after the lament, including the formation of tacit fields, etheric sea, retroact rain, and gravity loss. These are collectively called the wave-worn phenomena, and the lament was the start of it all.
Lament!
As for the sugar pearl, it has been determined to be a type of oral vaccine. This sugar pearl expired over 20 years ago. The low temperature storage life for this vaccine is about 2 years.
20-year-old vaccine. Could it be related to the children's epidemic in Jinzhou 2 decades ago?
The archives in the Academy should have information on the sugar pearl. The archives here are organized in a unique way. You can start by searching the keywords at the lobby terminal.
Mr. Mortavy?
The missing pointer has been installed, and now the sundial should be complete.
So, the discs are rotatable now.
Yes. Align the correct markers with the pointer we just installed, and then you should be able to open it.
These symbols are related to the sexagenary cycle. It's an intricate way of recording time in Huanglong. Nowadays, it is mainly reserved for calendars, numerology, and indexing, but it's falling out of daily use. Now, what kind of information could it represent?
It's the filing system. Most of Huanglong's libraries and databases still use this method to organize their archives, namely the Grand Libraries.
Let's look back on what we've gathered so far. Our clues point to the sugar pearl as a key in solving the sundial's puzzle.
Oh, he's talking. He's talking.
Simply put, one token can lead to multiple targets, and one target may hold several pieces of information. We both had a reason for meeting. The magistrate had information to share, while I had questions to ask. However, her tokens contain both what she wants to tell me and what I want to ask her, making it seem like she is complicating matters.
Or maybe
she was running out of time. That's why she could only offer us scraps of the puzzle, instead of actually putting it together. Or perhaps she's indeed a master strategist, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow. The initial clues may simply be a test
to mislead ill intuition people.
In other words, there are people who need to be misled, and they may obtain these tokens. It seems there may be hidden dangers lurking in Jinzhou. If it were you, Yang Yang, what would you do to make sure the recipient gets what you mean?
I would emphasize my true message by repeating it again and again.
I'm back! I'm back! Finally done with my patrol. How's it going, Rover? Feeling spry as ever?
Baiju said he is in great health. No issues to report. We made some progress in investigating the tokens, too.
How did it go for you?
Nothing special. A typical patrol. Well, Uncle Chang's cat climbed a tree, and on its way down, it landed on Uncle Chempi's head, causing him to take a tumble. Some dogs kept barking and have been scaring the passers-by, so I went there to calm them down. I received a report about someone going missing. I just logged the case and talked to the person who reported it. You're not the one they're searching for, though. Anyhow, I need to visit the person who reported the case tomorrow. Oh, I also tried searching for Rover's terminal number, but the system came up with nothing. The latest record was from today when I took Rover for registration. That's pretty much the update for now.
Do you want me to come along tomorrow?
Huh? Are you not going to investigate the tokens? All right, I still owe you a meal. The night markets are closed, though. Let's grab breakfast at Panhua's restaurant tomorrow before my shift. Meet you guys there in the morning. Be there or be square.
Oh, is that Scar? God damn. All right.
Mrs. Panhua, good morning. 3 bowls of extra spicy noodles, please.
Ooh.
What did I tell ya? Nothing beats a bowl of spicy noodles in the morning.
What do you say, Rover?
I love it. It's just the way I like it.
Looks like Baiju's locked herself in the lab again. Hasn't left since yesterday. Bet we won't see her till she's done with her research. No, wait. Since you're the subject of that research, we could use you as bait to lure her out. We can tie you up at the Academy's entrance.
What?
And with just a few tugs of the rope, I bet every researcher will come running at you with Baiju leading the pack. Hook, line, and sinker. By the way, now that we've figured out the sugar pearl and the sundial, all that's left is that weird leaf, run-of-the-mill mangosteen, right? What only took us one trip to the Academy to solve half of our problems. Either Rover's really smart, or Madam Magistrate is going to make it easy for us to begin with.
What's our next plan of action, Rover?
we've got 2 more days. Might as well just wait.
Yes, that may work too. Any plans for the next 2 days, Rover?
Tell them about the dreams you had.
An ocean of stars, a dark-haired girl, an inverted etheric sea, and the resonance cord flowing from your tacit mark. You said it was flowing in a certain direction, pointing to the gorges of spirits and the Norfolk Barrens. You've never mentioned this before.
I couldn't find the right moment.
The etheric sea and resonance cords in your dreams are real, possibly leading to the gorges of spirits and Norfolk Barrens. Perhaps it was more than just a dream. That girl might be the key to recovering your memories. Madam Magistrate's information aside, it seems to me your dream points toward the Norfolk Barrens. It's the site of the Trinodian War and the source of all TD outbreaks. The Midnight Rangers' frontline base is stationed there as well.
It's a no-go for me if you're leaving the city. My shift's coming up. Protect Rover well, and shoot me a message if you need anything, alright, Yang Yang?
I'm sure you meant the other way around.
Without a doubt.
Access pass is required if you're heading to the Norfolk Barrens. That place is now off limits. What is your business, young lady? It's my 3rd shift, and you're still here.
Oh, you must be the soldier on duty at noon yesterday. Nice to see you again. I'm a resonator and a trained martial artist. I can handle myself. Please, I need to go look for someone.
She looks pretty.
I've promised the missing man's grandfather to bring him back. Would you let me through?
Be that as it may, I cannot let you, given the current circumstances. My apologies.
Well, everything seems fine in the city. Are things really that bad on the front lines?
That's why we must stay vigilant, so people in the city can go on peacefully with their lives.
Bro, why does the NPCs look so twink?
Besides, General Jian is currently there at the Norfolk Barrens.
Jian.
Dangerous as it is, he will keep an eye on every soldier, including the one you're looking for. We have already sent a report on your case. You could just go home and wait for the good news. What's the point of staying here?
Thank you, but I have already asked the patrol station for help and tried every method I could think of. Please let me through. I promised him, so I gotta give it my all. I understand your concern. I don't want to be a bother. Would it help if I hid my presence and stayed somewhere further away? How about 5 miles? Or maybe 100? Well, 1,000 might be too far, though. I wouldn't be able to see you clearly.
Listen. Nobody knows when the soldiers will return, and even if they do, you might not find the one you seek. It's a dangerous road ahead if you want to reach the front lines, and you don't even have an access pass. Your access pass has been verified. Just you two?
The monk over there is coming with us.
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I intend to leave the city with them, and they have agreed. Will it be an issue for you?
Is it allowed?
Well, it says you have the highest level of access. So, no procedural issues here. Honestly, he could lead an entire troop out of the city with that access pass. No one would question it.
So you're looking for the relative of a veteran, and you believe he's in the Midnight Rangers camp in Deseret Highland?
Exactly.
Where are you from?
I grew up in my sect on a mountain. Spent most of my time training with my masters. One day, I was told training in seclusion was not enough. I must engage with the world to further my skills. So I started my self-cultivating journey. I've been to various cities and gained valuable lessons, but there is still so much more to learn. According to what I've gathered, Mr. Zhang Ye's grandson is very likely in the Deseret Highland. Thanks to your help, I can finally leave the city to find him.
You don't look like soldiers. Why are you here? The frontliners are right up ahead.
I am Yan Yan, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers.
Yang Yang showed her Midnight Ranger badge, and Jinzhou asked him about Xinyan.
A missing person. Julian. The one you're looking for. Is he an average person? Not a resonator, I suppose.
Yes. Have you seen him? Is he all right?
I met him once. He's not officially enlisted, but he seemed determined to join us. He's been secretly following our troops since last year. I think a quartermaster of the rear guards escorted him away, so if he's not in the city, he must be in the rear guards camp. He can't be anywhere else. The actual front lines are right up ahead, and we, the Midnight Rangers, would never allow non-servicemen to approach and risk getting killed.
Thank you.
Now, if you're heading that way, I have a request for you, my outrider comrade. On your way there, you should run into 2 detection beacons. They just went offline. Could you go check on them?
Sure.
Great. I'll send the coordinates to your terminal.
Is that the beacon? Why are there so many people?
They don't look like soldiers.
Greetings. What might interest you here? It's dangerous.
Oh, nothing really. You see, we're just on our way south to the city.
Stop lying, I saw it.
Excuse me, about this detection beacon.
Run, everyone!
Something's fishy about them.
I can't move. So hungry.
Please don't arrest us! We really had no choice.
Is he British?
What happened? Do you need help?
The battles are getting real bad up north, and we couldn't live there anymore. Figured we have to go back to the city. We ain't eaten in ages, and we're broke. Some of us can barely move, because we're so damn hungry. And we found some expensive-looking stuff here. Now that the military's out there fighting and nobody's really using these things, we thought it might get us a few pennies.
A damage detection beacon might result in a sudden TD invasion from the direction it covers. Our frontline troops would face attacks from both sides. Have you thought about the consequences?
We ain't got the time for that. If we don't steal, we'd starve to death before the tacit discords kill us.
You shouldn't be stealing public property. Please, return the parts. There's still some distance from here to Jinzhou City. Here, you can have my flatbreads. Oh, and here's some money. This should be enough for you to reach the city.
You're giving us all of these? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you! Come over and say thank you before you eat.
It was nothing. Master once told me, the sage takes care of all men and abandons none.
Uh-oh.
Watch out!
Whoa.
Why did you attack us when I already gave you food and funds? Do you have other mouths to feed, aside from what we see here?
They seem trained. These are not ordinary people.
Who are you?
Of course we're ordinary people. We just joined the exiles recently. We done some wrongs. Tried to run from the patrollers and left the city, but dang, didn't know the battles up north were so crazy. Our new boss ran out of food before we could even figure out the camp. Figured we'd be better off just to go back to the city and get locked up.
Then we ran out of food and cash halfway, so we turned to thieving. We ain't got the balls to rob the army, but with stuff just sitting around, why not? Hey, since you're being so generous, how about you throw a little extra cash our way? There's a bunch of us, some injured too. Your first amount ain't gonna cut it for us just 5.
Wait. What I gave them was enough for them to make it to Jinzhou, even though there are so many. I used to travel alone when I left my master. I know how much it takes for someone to survive.
wrong with you, girlie? It won't hurt to give us more.
Pain comes with coveting. He who knows he has enough is rich. It was only meant to sustain you long enough for you to reach the city.
You don't understand. You don't make money very easily at a time like this. If we can't find jobs in the city, we're gonna starve again.
I came from a seclusive place, learning the ways of the world from scratch. It's been a hard time, but even I have managed to make a living with my own hands. If you really can't find any job in the city, come to Liu Xian Tea House and ask for Jian Xin. I will gladly help you search for jobs and work alongside you.
Fine, fine. We'll go. Hurry, move, let's get out of here. I'm not listening to this lecture anymore.
No, I wasn't trying to... Wait. Please put that down.
Quite the sharp eye you got. Fine, here you go.
Is this the only detection beacon you messed with?
Heck yeah. The first one we were trying to steal and you bumped right into it.
Really? Then why does that one over there seem broken too?
That ain't got nothing to do with us. It's been that way for ages. Plus, we ain't ever reaching it with all those thorns.
I see. You may leave now. The military's base is not far from here. Shall we fix the beacons before going?
I know another shipment of supplies has just arrived. I've confirmed it, but it's not nearly enough. We must reach out to the city again and demand more supplies immediately.
But the approval process is going to...
It's an emergency. We are working around the clock here. Any delay could mean the end of our defense. Do they not comprehend? Here's a list of what we need. I'll talk to them if you can't make them listen. Now go, go, go! Move, move! What is it? Why are we still not done distributing these?
Hello?
You new here? Are you backups too?
No.
Wait, you don't look like one of us.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers. And they are...
Excuse me, one moment please. Careful! These are just vital medical supplies. If the wounded return and find no medicine, it's on you. Handle with care and precision. An outrider. So, you're a part of the backup force, right? Now, I've got wounded soldiers coming soon, and you're just in time to help. Oh, sorry, have to answer this. Yes, what is it? An overclocked resonator. Understood. I'll be there immediately. I'm sorry, could you do me a favor? The wounded soldiers are being sent back from the front lines. We need someone to escort them to the medics, but I've got to deal with the overclocked resonator now. Could you please take care of them?
What exactly do you need us to do?
Just make sure they're safe. The medics will take care of their wounds.
It's so busy here. It looks like we don't even have the time to catch their breath.
Supplies, personnel management, and logistics. They must carefully manage these matters to provide vital support for our fighters.
So this is what a real war looks like. I had no idea it could get this bad.
Most people would never have the chance to witness any of this. It's natural for you not to know. I think this is exactly what our military strives for. To ensure peace and safety for our citizens. It's a sacrifice made so others don't have to live in fear.
The wounded soldiers are here. Let's go back on them.
Are you alright?
I'm okay. I'm just a little out of breath.
You don't seem okay.
It's okay. I'm fine.
I'll go find a medic.
Like I said, it's not a big deal. No need to fix me up. Let me go.
Please calm down. Your wound is still bleeding.
Oh.
My wounds can close on their own. It's my resonance ability. The medics should go take care of other people in need.
Stop squirming, will you? We're here because you need our help. Calm down and stay where you are. Please hold him still for me.
Sure.
Thank you for your assistance. You must be tired. Please, take some rest.
They look badly injured.
Don't worry. They've received proper treatment now. They'll recover in time. Thanks to General Jian, we've seen a significant drop in the number of casualties. I've heard from veterans that soldiers used to be ordinary people, not resonators. The battles were brutal even back then, with the stench of blood lingering through the rain. But things have improved. Each injury represents countless tacit discords eliminated by our brave soldiers. Resonators in the Midnight Rangers are incredible warriors. Those who have to retreat from injury must have already taken out hundreds of enemies.
They are the ones keeping our people safe. What I've been doing is not worth mentioning compared to them.
Please don't put it like that. Without your help, we couldn't have helped so many wounded soldiers in such a short time. Now that they're all safe, you should go and take care of your own issues.
Thank you. May I ask where the quartermaster is?
The quartermaster isn't here. He's on the floor above, directing munitions distribution. Just take that lift and you should find him there.
Rover, where are we going next?
Let's follow Master Jianqing.
Here are some recipes for dietary supplements from my sect. They might help the wounded recover sooner.
Oh, great. You have my thanks.
Have you confirmed the inventory? What about the spare list? Sort out the consumables as soon as possible and check our communication lines while you're at it. Yua, deliver this list to Asher. You're not Yua. Where is she? What do you need?
Excuse me. I'm an outrider of the Midnight Rangers. This is Rover, and this is Master Jianxing, who came here to look for someone.
Jianqing asked the quartermaster about Jiannen's whereabouts.
Juyan. So, he never sent a letter home? Not even once? The Midnight Rangers are no longer recruiting non-resonators lately. But Juyan was a stubborn boy. Last year, when the battles hadn't gotten so intense, he would trail us rearguards, eager to join the front line. Now, we sent him back to the city time and time again, and he just kept finding ways to come back. Eventually, I caved and took him in to help us here in the base. With the battle escalating, it's getting increasingly dangerous out here. I shouldn't keep him here any longer. I was just thinking about having the logistics team bring him back to the city when you guys showed up. Oh, now I remember. He should be currently on the floor above.
What do you know about the Meganstein?
Well, it's not a local fruit, so we can only get it through imports. But with the recent tacit discord outbreaks, we've had to prioritise bringing in essentials. We'll get back to importing more of these after General Jian makes his triumphant return. Currently, there's only one waterway open, from Port Gunchao in the south of the city. Now, the rear guards would regularly go there to escort goods.
Master Jianxing, have you found the person you're looking for?
Yes, I found Juyan. We will return to the city with the logistics team. We will go find Mr. Zhang Ye to let him know he is safe.
I heard Juyan didn't want to leave.
Juyan is a man full of courage.
Juyan.
Influenced by his veteran grandpa's tales, he longs to join the military and aid in humanity's battle against tacit discords. The journey with you has exposed me to immense suffering. But the battles on the front line must be even more brutal than what I've witnessed. Countless lives have been lost in this war. Master Ronfu once told me, the best sages gain enlightenment in the military. The mediocre sages gain enlightenment in the bustling cities. And the worst sages gain enlightenment in seclusion. I do share some of Juyan's feelings. However, Juyan disagreed with the intense training and tests required to join the military. He saw no distinction between ordinary people and resonators, and believed he could contribute on the battlefield, however small that contribution might be.
Everyone has a part to play.
I too found what Juyan said was reasonable to an extent, and I couldn't change his mind with words. So I tried to imagine what my masters would do. They'd set up a spar in this case. And if I won, they'd let me do what I wanted.
So you beat him up.
I didn't mean to beat him up for nothing. My masters taught me valuable lessons through sparring, and I gained important insights from those fights. Now, who do you think won that fight?
You pretend to lose.
The shape changes, but not the forms. The more it moves, the more it yields. Less thinking, more knowing. Simplify for clarity. Yes, I pretended to lose, but Juyan saw it through. After our fight, Juyan admitted he saw the gap between resonators and ordinary people. He seemed to realize how he was still far from being able to fight the tacit discords. He realized how he was just trying to convince himself that he could make a difference, not wanting to acknowledge his own limitations. Fighting on the battlefield requires physical and mental strength, and he was not yet prepared for that. I heard you two still have other matters to attend to. When you have the time, let's catch up at Li Xiao Tea House.
Alright.
It's my great pleasure to have met you.
Well, see you.
Running into Master Qinxing was a one-off incident. If the magazine indicates something about war, what is Madam Magistrate trying to convey?
Perhaps she wants me to meet someone?
Have you thought of something, Rover?
I think.
Mention the Toss Discord outbreak.
So Madam Magistrate wants to tell us about the TD outbreak?
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't know. I really don't know.
If those tacit discords break through our defenses, it would be a disaster for not just Wanlong, but for all of humanity. We haven't reached the front lines yet, but I can already smell the iron in the air. I sense tension and unease. Our soldiers stationed at the borders. I hope they're okay.
Uh-oh. What the? What's happening?
General!
There he is.
Follow the Qinglong to war!
Oh, okay.
What's the matter? Are you alright?
I had a vision.
I was worried. You just stood there and gazed into the distance. You were unresponsive when I tried talking to you. What did you see?
It felt as if I was seeing through the eyes of a tacit discord. I think I saw what was happening in the Northfall Barrens.
An imposing warrior wielding the power of a Qinglong. The Qinglong is the Midnight Ranger's emblem. It's also the symbol of General Tian, the leader of all Midnight Rangers. The front lines are not far from here. General Tian must be there, fighting alongside our soldiers to keep the tacit discords away.
But I never met him.
It doesn't seem like a coincidence. We arrived near the battlefield right when General Tian was leading an attack against the tacit discords. Your vision. It might be what was happening on the battlefield not far away.
It's real. But something's not right.
The battle itself is a clear sign of an anomaly. The streams from the Northfall Barrens feel more suffocating than ever. Rover, something on that battlefield must be connected to you. Though we have no idea what it is.
There's always been a voice.
But I didn't hear anything, or sense any frequencies. Rover?
According to Baija, the leaf showed residual fluctuations of tacit discords. Those fluctuations pointed to a certain set of coordinates.
And that is Teacher Village in the Central Plains. As I make myself reflect on my goals and plans, those voices in the streams become clearer, and everything starts to make more sense. Rover, Perhaps you can give it a try.
Let's finish.
This must be the place. I sensed something ominous from the leaf back there, but I couldn't pinpoint its source. And now, the hatred and pain is so strong in this place. I don't even need to concentrate to feel it. Rover, something terrible must have happened here. Watch out! Something's not right. Why wouldn't it attack us?
Brother. Help. Help. Brother. Brother.
You good? Who is your brother?
Help. It seems to only repeat these lines. This is not a common tacit discord. Tacit discords attack other living beings because they need to feed on those frequencies to make themselves whole again. When frequencies are scattered and recombined, a new tacit discord is born. This one probably devoured the frequencies of humans, turning the last bits of a human's consciousness into such monotonous mumbles. Are these words the last cries of someone innocent? Who is behind this twisted plot? Rover, I think I know what's going on here.
Go ahead.
It seems to be begging for help, but it's not asking us to help it. I can sense the pained cries of this tacit discord. No, the cries of this whole village. The village is crying, waiting for rescue. Something truly awful must have happened here, and the victims' reverberations still linger. Based on the evidence we've found and the condition of these ruins, that didn't happen all too long ago. I can still feel it in the streams. Perhaps the tacit field has kept this village from being discovered. Or maybe someone has been intentionally concealing it. There must be something we can do. We may find the victims nearby. I can feel someone connected to what happened here is still close. This place is dangerous. I'll inform Chuzia about what happened here. Can we continue our search before the official investigators arrive? Sorry, I know it doesn't sound very convincing. It's just a hunch of mine, and I don't have any evidence to back it up. The area is a mess, but it doesn't look like a war zone. Someone was hurt and dragged away. Look, there are many footprints here. These are traces left by a fight. Someone was injured.
Wait, so you telling me these are like people's ashes? Damn.
Ritualistic wooden plaques. Then why are they here? These plaques are usually placed in ancestral shrines, and they seem to belong to a different time. I remember reading about something like this. People held large-scale ancient rituals periodically in their villages, driven by certain beliefs.
I see. Let's check somewhere else.
These cards. Ah, I see. The Fraxidus is likely behind it all.
The Fraxidus?
Yes. I don't know much about the Fraxidus, but as an outrider, I've worked on related cases. It's a group of extremists obsessed with fusing humans with tacit discords. They've caused terror attacks of various scales around the world.
Fusing humans and tacit discords.
We've seen signs of their presence in Jinzhou, left by lower-ranked members called artificers. Above the artificers are the overseers, leaders with eerie abilities and unknown intentions. No one knows their true intentions. Some members speak of world destruction, while others claim they seek eternal power. And there is one particularly insane overseer. He's crazy even by Fraxidus standards. A man who sees no order and revels in destruction. I've seen similar cards in the physical evidence file of the Fraxidus-related cases. They belong to this one overseer I'm talking about. They call him
Scar.
Scar.
Scar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know him already.
Huh?
Oh, it's a cat. Oh.
Guess you won't need my self-introduction.
Bruh.
Oh, I spent so much time on it.
You are Scar?
If you need to hear it from me, then yes, I am Scar. Cruel and twisted maniac.
Where is Yang Yang?
We deserve a meeting free of such disturbances, don't you agree? The girl, she's gonna sway your judgment.
What do you want?
Don't worry. I don't plan to make you hate me just yet. She is safe now. Well, let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. Forget about that irrelevant person, will you? I have a lot to share with you.
What? What? You wanna fuck?
To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories.
Answer my question first.
Indeed. I'll tell you then. Before you knew anything about this world, you were already the center of conflict. You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. Forces have been fighting for possession over you. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. You are a living, breathing person, but you're just a pawn to many. That's why I'm here. Because I see you as a dear friend, and I want to tell you the truth. I am so sorry for everything you're about to face. But truth hurts sometimes.
You're just trying to make me join your side.
You could say I'm looking forward to your choice. My goal is simple. I just want to deepen our mutual understanding, nothing more. Come on. Observe the surroundings a little more and tell me what you see. As you learn more about this world, your true desires will surface. And our little game will become even more entertaining. And before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time with you. That's all.
Bro, I swear, bro, this man wants to f me. No homo, though. What did the Fractidus do to this village?
Why do you have to assume we are the culprits? Maybe you should be asking me what actually happened here. I won't tell you everything just yet. That's too boring. As I said, why don't you take a look around and see for yourself? So go ahead. What do you see?
I saw a strange Tacit Discord.
Bravo! Didn't think you'd catch on to that. Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn?
The Fractidus manipulated the villagers.
How typical. The age-old tale of savage wolves and helpless lambs. Good and evil as clear as day. It's a tired story that people cling to in their mundane lives. Oh, how it keeps them in check. But let me ask you this. Do you truly believe the real world can be that simple? Let me give you a couple more tips. The truth is far more complicated than you think. First, who are the players in our tale? An innocent girl, a revered leader, and a flock of simple villagers. Next, what makes up our main plot? false devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, and the one vulnerable soul pushed onto a path of destruction by the masses. Now, Rover, the story is yours to spin. I'm eager to hear your version after you've learned more. Huh? What is it? Are you back for some chit-chat?
Just tell me the truth, all of it.
No. I refuse. Oh, and don't try to threaten me. You're not in a place to bargain, remember? You don't want to disappoint me so soon, Rover.
I'm gonna attack him, right?
Come on. No need to get so worked up. I see you're itching for a fight. But our game isn't over yet. Strike now and risk being crippled. What a shame it would be to miss out on these crucial clues right in front of you. After all this effort, do you truly want to throw it all away?
Okay, fine, I'll play dumb games. A crumpled page of a children's book rests on a torn piece of diary paper with childish handwriting. Read the diary. Ah, me.
Our story begins here. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, lived a flock of carefree lambs. In the day, they toiled for food. And when evening fell, they sought refuge from the looming threat of wolves. Fables. Stories told and retold through the ages. The ancient art of conveying hidden truths through fiction. But they always draw from real life, don't they? The same story gets told by many, and each person brings their own spin, their own focus. Whatever you learn from it is just one of countless different interpretations, like us now. Caught in a carefully crafted plotline, a scheme I had no hand in. This village marks the beginning of my story with Jinzhou. So that magistrate led you here to meet me. Such a clever move on her part. After all this effort, do you truly want to throw it all away? Oh, are you seriously going to judge me off of those rumors alone? Oh, I knew it. Gentle lambs like me are bound to suffer. Never given a chance to speak for ourselves. Well then, I suppose I'll have to be a little more ruthless with you. Play nice and go investigate the clues in this village. Then I might show your girl some gratitude for leaving us be. Otherwise, you may have to bid her farewell forever. What do you say?
You know what? Fine. I'm just gonna go do your fucking game.
One day, a shepherd visited the village. The shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. The lambs, drawn in by his words, soon lived in comfort and security.
Is that the end of your story?
No, quite the opposite. The shepherd's arrival is only the beginning. With a wave of his hand, the shepherd could grant their every wish. His flock obeyed, bowing their heads, pleading for better food and shelter. They no longer had to struggle for survival, as their once meager lives were replaced with endless luxury. The flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-god, praising him and holding him in the highest regard. What's wrong? Does my story make you uncomfortable? Imagine you were one of those lambs, facing irresistible temptation and pressure from your peers. Wouldn't you bow down and beg for food from your master?
We are all created equal. There should be no hierarchy.
Oh, so we agree already. You are right. But the world we live in falls short of our ideals. The shepherd still reigns, and the lambs have grown complacent. It's up to the two of us to make that ideal world a reality. Lambs reveled in endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god every night. Except the one little black lamb. As each night passed, it was the only one to notice how its flock was dwindling away. Rover, do you think someone would give you what you want without taking anything from you?
I believe in quid pro quo.
I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get my desired outcome. But true equality is scarce. Always has been. The world was never a fair place. Wouldn't you agree? To receive equal retribution, one must give more, and more, and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully. When they can make someone else bear the price, they all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day pay for another's selfish desire. Funny, isn't it? Later, the shepherd openly blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual, but the black lamb was nowhere to be found. The shepherd introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One that our black lamb violated by telling the truth. Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes because no more sacrifices were being made. After witnessing the black lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, what do you suppose the white lambs did? Ah, those oblivious lambs. Little did they know the most fearsome demon was right under their noses. Now, I wonder, what is your takeaway from this story? Answer me and I'll reveal the truth of what happened. Who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs?
The black lamb, right? Wait.
Oh, so you're siding with the white lambs, blaming it all on the one who challenged the status quo. But in another version of this story, the black lamb got to unleash its vengeful wrath upon the flock and the shepherd, eventually becoming the new rulemaker. Is that the kind of ending you were hoping to hear? Now, my second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes?
Everything they own.
But that's why they wanted it in the first place. Why would they trade their wealth for a wish when they were risking their lives for it anyway? Here's my final question. What happened to the black lamb? Don't rush, Rover. Take your time. What is the truth you've uncovered?
It was executed because its flock was deceived.
The shepherd was granting wishes by sacrificing the lives of lambs. The flock never found out about it. They were deceived to believe the black lamb was the culprit.
Almost there, Rover. Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story. The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, he wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. So they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again, until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. Black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts. Suddenly, they could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story, Rover? What really happened here? I suppose you already have it figured out? The black lamb who rebelled against the rules, and the white lambs who succumbed to their greed. The innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on each other in a ruthless frenzy. They had it coming. All the shepherd had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check and maintained the status quo.
Is that why you became a shepherd yourself?
Fun answer, but no. Not even close. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. The one who breaks the rules.
He who fights too long against dragons become a dragon himself.
Interesting, Rover. I'm liking you more and more. Well then, let's see if this black lamb is going to end up like you say.
We're gonna fight?
Rover? Rover!
Yang Yang?
I shattered Scar's illusion. It should have injured him.
Oh, should I thank you for showing me mercy?
Stay away from him!
Who are you?
Didn't you promise to leave me some alone time with Rover?
With one condition. I do hope you haven't let that slip from your mind. Don't let your improvisation trouble others.
Look at you, rushing in to protect your precious, perfect movement. No worry. I know all the do's and don'ts. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Rover, it seems our happy little date must come to an end. But don't forget my sincere reminders. Let me know what you choose. An unexpected gift? An honest and open exchange? Or a highly risky gamble? The choice is yours. I know how smart you are. You won't make a hasty decision. We'll meet again in the not too distant future.
They're gone. Should we go after them?
Did he just wink at me? He definitely has a thing for me. He really does.
Scar's resonance abilities appear to involve teleportation and the manipulation of space. He trapped me in confinement,
and I could only sense that it wasn't far from here. It took me some time to break that barrier. Sorry, Rover. If only I could have reached you sooner.
You're safe now, and that's all I care. Oh.
Brother. Brother.
Why are you here, little one? I've never seen any tacit discord display such vivid emotions. The brother had mentioned. Could it be...
Scar? Scar?
Yes, that is a possibility. Since Scar had been here before. Let's talk about it later. Rover, can you fill me in on what happened? It seems all the tragedies in Tea Village were linked to that ritual.
And Scar was feeding me bits of info.
Making up stories based on real life to support its twisted beliefs. That does sound like something he might do. We cannot take his words for granted. Now, we must locate where the ritual took place and see for ourselves.
Yes, we should give it a check.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Two distinct frequencies of tacit discords. I see. I can feel it in the streams. Over there. Follow me.
In the south.
Is someone there? Oh.
They are unharmed. Please rest assured. As you anticipated, Scar did not try to kill them. Yes, I stayed out of it like you asked. Is everything all right on your end?
Oh, wait,
Please
that's...
be sure to stay safe, my lady.
That tree. It's stunning. It's almost eerily enchanting. Please, save us.
Oh.
Trying to tell us about something hidden here? Where did it go? Oh, is that a diary?
June 19. Today, a strange man came to our village. He said to call him brother, if I didn't mind. He was really friendly, but for some reason he seemed different from the people in my village. He seemed to know a lot about me, even telling me that we were of the same kind. He told me a really strange fairy tale. The ending of the fairy tale was kind of scary, but reality was even scarier, he said. He then asked, what would you do if you were the little black lamb? Before I could think of a reply, he had already left with a cryptic, see you next time. I told my father about it, but he said no one like that had ever visited our village. Who could he be? July 20. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Smudge water stains. If only I weren't so weak, I could have driven away those tacit discords. If Sissy didn't have to protect me. Father said I can manipulate the frequencies of tacit discords and humans. Sissy, I'm so sorry you look like this now. And it's only temporary. I'll do everything I can to return you to what you were before. I know you can still heal me. Father promised me he would surely find a way to help. December 17. It's been 3 months since the incident. Father doesn't seem to remember I'm still keeping a diary. He gave the notebook to me, but if he found out I've been writing about everything, he would be so mad. He orders me to do what he says and use my powers to recombine frequencies of tacit discords. But if anyone finds out about the truth, that Cece, who I'm missing, actually died trying to protect me, and then I turned her into a horrifying tacit discord, they will see me as a monster. I will be banished, and no one will ever understand or accept me with that I can do. No one except him. But will the dead really come back through its frequency manipulation? And if so, what will happen to their shattered souls trapped inside their new bodies? I really don't know. February 8. Every day I feel more and more uneasy. The people in the village are disappearing and those tacit discords Father has brought back. I can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong, but I am trapped like a moth to a flame, unable to escape this dark path. I don't know what my father did. It must have been something terrible for the tension and unease here. I am not allowed outside anymore, and when I ask why, he just brushes it off. If the price for my wish to come true is more bloodshed, The villagers have surrounded our house. They must have learned about it all. The murderer? Is that what they call me now? Or perhaps my father too? At this point, what difference does it make? After all that has happened, can someone come and save me? If I must pay the price for Chichi village, if there is a God, I hope they can save my village. At the end of the last diary entry, you see a message in another handwriting. It seems you are the lucky one here.
That girl just wanted to save her village. But those sacrifices didn't lead to redemption. I guess the tacit discord we saw stayed here to convey her last wishes. Please excuse me. It's getting a bit too cold here. Can we head back now? Sorry, Rover. I didn't feel comfortable down there. The air was heavy in that place, without any wind to speak of. But I could still feel so many emotions and desperate cries for help. I couldn't handle it. The villagers were a complex mix of emotions. Hope, resentment, and despair. And as I read the diary, I could feel the intense sorrow and longing of its owner. What was the diary's owner longing for? Was it the peaceful life she once had? Or did she miss her only family? The person who pushed her towards such a tragic end? My apologies. I got lost in thoughts again.
It's okay. I understand.
I wish I could say such tragedies won't happen again, but I still lack the confidence to make that claim. It was tragedies like this that made me want to become an outrider. To become someone with the strength to stop them from ever happening again. I cannot stop the lament, but at least I should do everything in my power to help those affected by it.
I'm with you.
Really? Thank you, Rover. Dwelling on it won't do us any good. Let's go. I'll compile a report on what happened here, and send it in along with the clues we've gathered. Yes, let's go back. Together.